2 nights ago, I sat in this chair. I looked into the camera and I told America that I felt like Walter Cronkite reporting the JFK assassination, and that I was without speech. I felt like I was addressing a nation in mourning as the Duke Blue Devils marched on to the Elite Eight, Tate.
Yep.
48 hours later,
It only gets worse.
the sequels are never quite as fun as the originals.
Yeah.
The Duke Blue Devils, as first reported on this program when we announced that Mike Krzyzewski, when you broke the news this was going to be Coach K's final season, we kind of knew where this was going.
Yeah.
All the way back, and when was that? June that you said that?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like June, July.
It was June, yeah.
They broke the news, for those who didn't know.
People forget. Yeah.
That this was going to be Coach K's final season. We were also, at the time, unknowingly, but at the same time, knowingly, breaking the news that the Duke Blue Devils would, in fact, be in the Final Four, and I'll be damned. It happened. It happened.
Yeah. After A New Hope, the Empire strikes back. And for the people at home, the Empire is winning. And the Empire is doing everything that they expect to do. The Sith is rising. The Force is disturbed. And Coach K had a lot of things on his benchmark. You mentioned his farewell tour. One of the things on his list was to go out a national champion, a la John Wooden in 1975.
The audacity to say that too is just speaks to the hubris of this man. Can I just stop you there? Can you imagine Tony Bennett when he hangs it up and it's Tony Bennett's last year? First of all, we're not going to know because he's going to go out the way Roy did. And if he doesn't and he says, "Hey, I think this is going to be my last year," and someone puts a camera in front of Tony Bennett's face, do you think he's going to be like, "We're going to win the national championship. Everybody suck my ass," like Coach K? I think that was Coach K's words. I don't know. Maybe I'm paraphrasing, but that's the way I remember.
I think you actually that's actually the classier version of what he said.
No, but Coach K knows he says that, and then all of a sudden everyone's scrambling in the NCAA offices, and they're like, "Do we have to? Do we have to do
press the button?" Yes, this was a press the button type of situation, no doubt.
I'll be honest. Going into this game, I have adopted the UNC fandom from you. I last night it awoken something in me. I was like,
The New Hope.
Yeah, watching you, because every time I watch Carolina play, they lose. This was the first time I've ever watched North Carolina play a big game and win.
Yeah.
And to see you happy, it made me happy. I went home last night, couldn't sleep. I was like, man, Tate was happy. That was weird. Yeah. This is so fun. So I decided
we blew up the Death Star.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard. We blew up the Death Star. All things were going well.
So I feel very invested in North Carolina now.
They built a bigger Death Star.
But what I was going to say was I also realized that I'm also, as much as I'm invested in our friendship, I'm invested in the content game and this show. And I know that the best thing possible for this show is Duke and Carolina meeting in the Final Four. So coming into the game tonight against Arkansas, I thought to myself, you know what? I definitely am cheering for Coach K's career to end. I've been cheering it for it since I was hoping on Selection Sunday the committee would just forget. That's kind of been my dream, by the way. Every Selection Sunday, the committee, Dan Gavin gets in front of a camera. He's like, "I'll be honest with you, we totally forgot about Oklahoma. We were going to put them in."
I thought Duke was going to opt out.
The way
they did in 2021.
When we did the previews that one year, we forgot to even mention Tennessee.
Yeah, that's great.
I would love for the committee to do that one year. And I thought maybe this is
and then just say our bad.
Yeah, just tap their chest and be like, "Dude, we forgot about Duke. It just simply didn't happen." So I've been cheering for Duke to lose, like the rest of America, every step of the way. But then tonight I was like, "Oh my God, am I cheering for Duke to win so the Carolina Duke game happens?" And I'm happy to report, Tate, that I have adopted the Carolina fan mindset because
you couldn't even jump in.
I couldn't even stomach the seeing Coach K and Mickey walking in, and then he makes her switch sides every time. Is that a move? What is this? She's always they get off the bus. She's always walking right here, and he's like, "Over here.
This is my good side."
Grabs her, throws her over here.
Yeah. Has his 3 cameramen from Duke and also his documentary crew that Carlos Boozer announced to the world.
We come in to we get the set of Raph and Grant Hill and Jim Nance and Raph. This man, you want to talk about saints? We were talking about St. Peter's, St. John's, St. Mary's, St.
Raftery.
St. Raftery, that this man has to share a booth with these two guys, because if you thought the ESPN, the Jay Billis, Seth Greenberg, LaFonso Ellis trio was over the top with
the
laughing at each other and Coach K.
A lot of that.
And look at the camera and thumbs up. Watching Grant Hill and Jim Nance just one up each other. So what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make here, Tate, is that I think I'm a Carolina fan now because I couldn't even stomach the idea when before the game tipped off. I was like, that'd be pretty sick to see Duke and Carolina play, and then. By the time the game tipped off, I was like, I can't believe I've thought all of these thoughts. Get this man out of my face.
Yeah.
It's not happened. It's disgusting. Shame on Arkansas, by the way. Shame on, like, we'll get to that in a second.
No,
we'll
I
get
mean,
to shame on
you're
Arkansas.
right. I mean, look, I would
How
love to.
dare you, Arkansas?
I would love to sit here in this microphone and say, the fix was in. Duke did not deserve to win this game. Arkansas had no business winning this game. They got absolutely worked. They played dumb. They looked like they were the moment was a little bit too big for them, and Duke looked comfortable. They looked confident, and Duke had some problems in this game. I mean, they had Jeremy Roach not be able to play point guard. You know what I mean? Like they had some moments where you're like, Arkansas, now, strike now, do something now.
Yeah,
and they never did anything. And
Jalen Williams just like, I'll grab my balls and fall. What about
should I go down? So I want to first and foremost say that. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I'm a Carolina guy, but the fact that I watched this game and Arkansas had literally no singular hope at any point. Really, they cut it to 5 in the second half, but just like that, it was gone. They got dominated. Duke dominated them and ran them off the gym.
I'm sorry. I apologize to Arkansas. It's not like Arkansas. It's not your fault. Like we're not mad at you. We're mad with you. No,
you let us down. It's okay.
I don't know.
I think we should ban the SEC chant though. For about a year. I don't think we need to hear SEC for about a year after this because this was the chance. I would have let them chant for days.
I also want to mark this moment in time when next year's tournament and the tournament after that, and we keep doing this year after year, and a situation like Gonzaga, Arkansas comes into play, and you have a 1 seed who's the number 1 overall seed, who has maybe the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, a team that went to the national title game last year, checks all the boxes of a team that like is built to win a national championship, right? And maybe not to say they didn't have weakness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're the number 1 overall seed. They're playing an Arkansas team that was up and down this season, got hot at the end of the season, whatever. They're a 4 seed. And you're going into this game, and I'm cheering for Gonzaga in this game. And it's nothing to do with Arkansas. It's solely because when Duke wins, I think Gonzaga is I would rather see I think Gonzaga poses a bigger threat to Duke than Arkansas does.
You were worried about the war.
Saying those words out loud makes you a hater, makes you how could you cheer for the number 1 overall seed? Yeah. What are you thinking? Why would you do this? Why not cheer for Cinderellas? That's what makes this month fun.
Yeah.
Look what happened. That's exactly why. If Gonzaga beats Arkansas, you think Gonzaga is like cheering in the locker room? Probably not. No. Probably not. They see the bigger war. Arkansas beat Gonzaga. Huge win. They deserved to win. The rest were garbage, but that's not why they won. They won the game outright, and they deserved the win. Hang the banner, the second Elite Eight in a row. But this is why we were concerned. Those of us that saw the bigger picture, this is exactly why we were concerned, because Gonzaga gives Duke a better game than Arkansas did tonight. I don't know if they beat Duke. I think ultimately it wouldn't matter, and that's why I say I want to apologize to Arkansas fans. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at like what's going on. I'm mad at just like the world. I'm just like punching air. Just
everyone's trying to look. Yeah, you're trying to look at someone to put the frustration on. You know what I mean? And Arkansas, obviously, they were the opponent tonight, so they get the brunt of that. But at the end of the day, I mean, this broke perfectly for what Coach K envisioned, and the fact that this guy. I mean, I broke the story because someone at a major brand told me that they were working on the Coach K
illuminati
tour. Yeah, so. The fact that it was that in the works and the fact that he thought out the entire thing that he could get to this point and get to a Final Four because of having Paolo Banchero and A.J. Griffin and having Mark Williams come back. So the fact that he had the hubris, to go back to our word of the day, to plan this out and then for it to actually work, I have to give a bit of respect for it. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain level where I'm like, I mean, it's evil, but damn if I don't respect it. You know what I mean? Like couldn't be me, but man, you got to respect it at some level. So that's a little bit what this was tonight. And I wish we had a situation, you were talking about, Gonzaga, Arkansas, where you could point to something in the game and say, that flipped it, Chet fouling out, or maybe if Jalen Williams was in foul trouble.
Game, dude. That was the game. Yeah. That's why
Michigan State was the game. And we all know Sam Meninga was the one who was going to stop the Blue Devils with Davidson. But it all started with Michigan State.
When the bracket came out, I knew Duke was on to the Sweet 16. Michigan State was not beat. Davidson could have given them a good game. They were not losing.
But they weren't. They were going to beat Michigan State. That was the problem.
What's that?
Davidson was never going to beat Michigan State.
Was never going to beat.
But they could have beat Duke.
And Michigan State was never going to beat Duke.
Exactly.
So I knew Duke was on to the Sweet 16.
Yes. According to plan.
And that's why 2 nights ago, even though there was still Duke had to win 3 more games to win a national title, when they lost to Texas, or when Texas Tech lost to Duke, I mean, that's why it was so deflating, because that was stylistically the perfect team to go up against Duke and knock them out. That was like it felt like that was the moment. That was the chance. That was the best hope. Now Duke has an 8-seed North Carolina team. The rivalry, the rematch, the revenge. They have not met since Carolina spoiled the Coach K party.
Since we blew up the Death Star.
And if they don't play Carolina, they're playing a 15 seed, which, like, I get it. All the casual fans that popped in for March Madness are like, no, St. Peter's is not actually a 15. They're a 15 seed. They're a 15 seed for a reason. They're not that good.
Yeah.
They've been playing well. They've been playing well in this tournament. They are by far the worst team left in this tournament. You know how I know that? Because they were the worst team left in this tournament all season. Like, that's how this thing works. We're excited. Congratulations on the run. You're getting your ass kicked tomorrow, St. Peter's. That's how this has to work.
Nah,
that's how it has to work.
I don't think that's
how it has to work.
I think the basketball gods only
lay down. Doug, if you're watching, get out of here.
I'm afraid
we can't have another situation where St. Pete, like, are you kidding me, Tate?
I am afraid
we have to stop this.
I'm afraid that
it's time to get serious. It's fun. It's like it's cute. Like Seth Davis gets on TV and he puts on his peacock hat and he's like, "Look at me. I don't even know over and back rules, but I'm Seth Davis." Like cool, Seth. That's cool. Everybody's having fun with this thing. It's time to get serious. Coach K's 2 wins away. Get serious, America. Yeah. Get serious.
I'm right there with you. But St. Peter's, for the people at home, St. Peter's beat 2 teams that beat Carolina. So they beat Purdue. Purdue beat Carolina. They beat Kentucky. Kentucky blew out Carolina. So you have to respect the Peacocks. And maybe there's something to be said about David versus Goliath.
No.
If St. Peter's gets past North Carolina. I do feel like the basketball gods have always stopped Duke from playing Carolina, no matter what. And there was one famous time in 1992 where Roy Williams in Kansas plays Dean Smith. Duke's on the other side of the bracket, and Roy Williams beat Dean Smith. And Kansas went to go play Duke instead of Dean Smith playing K for the title. That was the last time that we really avoided the apocalypse. And the fact
and then in the NCAA tournament, because it kind of just happened last week or 2 weeks ago in the ACC tournament where this exact thing happened where Duke was on to the finals.
In Carolina, as I said, we didn't dodge, but we dipped. You know what I mean? We dipped out of there. You can't dip against St. Peter's. You're in the Elite Eight. You're playing to be the regional champion. You're playing to go to the Final Four. If I'm Hubert Davis, if I'm North Carolina, I do my best, and I know it's really hard, but I do my best to kind of shield them away from the idea that you're playing to then go play Duke. Try your best not to think about Duke because it's not about Duke. And I will say this, for the people at home that are trying to find a spin on this for North Carolina, everything that Duke has done in the tournament so far, playing zone, getting Jeremy, all these things, all these adjustments, North Carolina knows this team, and you can't just go zone against North Carolina because they know how to beat a zone because they went up against a zone in Jim Boeheim. So a lot of the tricks that they're using, luckily, are not going to work on North Carolina. So that is the one thing that you have solid.
This is my plea to America. All of the people that popped in for March Madness that are saying, Tate, how wouldn't it be so cool if St. Peter's already beat Kentucky? What if St. Peter's then beats North Carolina? And then, oh my God.
And then they beat Duke?
And then they beat Duke.
Yeah.
And then they beat – shut up.
They will not do that.
That's not going to there is less than what's less than 0? Negative numbers? Do those exist?
Yeah.
That is the % chance that St. Peter's would have against Duke. Any fantasy you have of St. Peter's meeting Duke and then, oh my God, wouldn't that be – now that would be funny.
It's Butler at best.
Dude,
it's Butler
it
at
is
best,
not happening.
Which is still a loss.
So St. Peter's –
no matter which way you spin it.
I'll give it to you. St. Peter's might beat North Carolina tomorrow, and I understand that. And when that happens, a lot of losers out there on the Bird app, they're going to be fired up.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, this is the dream matchup. This is David and Goliath. This is what we wanted. This is what makes this month great. And then guess what's going to happen on Saturday as Duke is like
up by 40.
Freaking Coach K's grandson's coming out with 8 minutes left, like waving at the crowd and dapping up Grant Hill before he checks in. And then all the
wearing
losers,
Jordan shoes.
And then all the losers that were like, isn't this St. Peter's story cool? Or like, what happened? Where did we go wrong? We really thought St. Peter's was going to beat Duke. They're not beating Duke. They have to go down tomorrow. If Holloway has an ounce of credibility, he takes a dive tomorrow. Doug Edert, they all die. They don't even show up for the game. They don't even show up.
Did you know that Shaheen?
They opt out. You opt out, St. Peter's. If you have an ounce of credibility, you just simply opt out of the game.
Shaheen Holloway, according to Coach K, was the only guard to come and visit Duke twice and not commit to the Blue Devils, by the way. So Shaheen Holloway is one of those people that from A1 day one has never believed in what Coach K was selling. So I do have a little bit of faith in the fact that, like, if St. Peter's did match up against Duke, I know Shaheen Holloway would not be afraid of that matchup.
Sure, all that's fine. They're not losing. It's just like it goes beyond. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm worried about the Peacocks.
You don't understand what's at stake. Like that's what's been so frustrating is that this isn't a game anymore. This is not a game.
No, the game is over.
The game
the game is over. I mean, the only way that the game is not over, as we all know, is if North Carolina beats Duke in the Final Four. That's the only way that Coach K gets egg back on his face.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you, but I'm saying there's the powers that be.
But I'm trying
to
speak to America, and I'm saying tighten up. This isn't a game anymore.
You're asking America to get it, and America's like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They don't...
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I feel it. And also, I mean, you look on the other side of the bracket, Villanova, they make the Final Four, and then one of their best players goes down. Justin Moore probably not going to be able to play in the Final Four base. I hope it's just
a cramp, Jim.
Yeah, I hope, but it didn't look like it. It looked like
Moore's legs exploded.
Yeah, like a Achilles. I don't want to speculate.
I hope it's not as bad as it looked. And then Jay Wright gets in front of a microphone. He's like, "It's worse."
So America, if you're doing, let's look at the landscape of what we got ahead. Villanova at best we're at 90%, so that's not a 100% team. They're already in the Final
I'd say like 86.
Okay, so there you go. They're 86%. Then you look at the other side. Miami, obviously they beat Duke this year, but familiar foe. Duke's not worried about Miami at all. Kansas, they're concerned about. North Carolina, they're not worried about. They think they're going to blow out North Carolina. St. Peter's, they're not worried about. They think they're going to blow out St. Peter's. So if you're a Duke fan right now, you're really only worried about one team, and that's Kansas, which is shocking.
Right.
It's shocking. That's what I mean. The game is over. Like he has already won the game. He is already.
But no, because what you're doing is what Eric Musselman did tonight, which is Eric Musselman's down by 9 with a minute left.
He quit.
Called off the dogs. Called off the Hogs. Said don't foul. Just let it play out.
The Leonard Hamilton.
He's trying to be classy. Yeah, a little too classy.
Too classy for me.
That's not because this is the thing with the Coach K farewell tour is
everyone's bending the knee. Stop bending the knee.
Hubert Davis kicks his ass in Cameron, and then there's the handshake kerfuffle with
them, yeah,
with that, with that whole deal. So I think maybe Muss was like, we got to keep it classy. Like I don't want to get killed for prolonging this game and everything. You're down 9 with a minute. Dude.
I saw Keith Smart. Coach K grabbed his arm, and I thought Keith Smart was gonna get it, but he didn't.
So I'm trying to talk you into this. Isn't over yet. Like this is I get it. This is bad. It's very bad.
This is horrible.
The situation is dire. I don't want to sugarcoat it.
And unfortunately, as Coach K said after the game, he said there will be 4 champions that go to New Orleans. You have to remember this.
And then he said, "Shut up."
And then he told Paolo Banchero to shut up, and then grabbed Wendell Moore and pulled him over to do an interview. And everyone's like, "What a great guy! Who wouldn't want to play for him?" Yeah, there's really no. They already have something to hang their hat on.
I know, but if they lose to Carolina,
you don't know what you're exactly. That's the only thing That's the only thing.
And that's what I'm trying to like. It's time to get serious. That's what's like driving me nuts. Is people like, okay, they're still awake. Duke could lose this. What if they lose to Carolina? That would be funny. What if they lose to St. Peter's? They're not losing to St. Peter's.
Yeah,
they're not. And like if St. Peter's was playing Kansas tomorrow. Or Miami, or and not to single out Kansas or Miami, but like if they're on the other side of the bracket, that's cool. I'd cheer for St. Peter's to win, keep the story going. It's fun. Who cares? Whatever. But as we've been saying every step of the way, there's a bigger war at play, and if St. Peter's sees that and respects that, they don't show up tomorrow. They opt out. That's all I'm saying.
I'm right there with you. I mean, do you think that Coach K? I mean, they showed a picture of Coach K with John Wooden tonight, as a way to like incept the idea that John Wooden has somehow bequeath the throne, the crown to Coach K. Do you think, I mean, obviously now the most Final Fours ever, 13 Final Fours, Wooden had 12. If he does even get to the title game, I feel like it's a LeBron situation. Like he got to the title game, so therefore he did it. You know what I mean? Regardless of the result.
No.
I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's how they're going to play it. I think that's how they're going to play it. Be careful. Be careful out there.
No, because if he, I mean, listen, we're already there with like the slurp fest of Coach K. Like we were there.
We were there in June of last year when I reported that
we were there when they smoked Carolina in the Dean Dome. We've been there every step of the way. Like it can't get any worse. Knock on wood.
It's already worse. But what do you mean? This is worse. This is worse.
The worst if they win the title. I mean, because it's the media treatment of K is already bad enough, but if they win the title, then you get the not only the media treatment, but then you get more footage of nets getting cut down.
Yeah.
More footage of Chris Spatola clapping in the crowd with the Duke family
and then I'll be yelling more footage of K's last game in Cameron.
Yes.
I want more footage of that. Can you show me that, please?
So what you want is when we talk about the end of Coach K, is you don't want to be accompanied by him cutting down nets and twirling it around his head and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still going to do that with the Final Four, and they're going to like if Duke
they're doing it right now.
If Duke loses to Carolina, dude, I don't like to. I don't like this defeatist tone. We got I know why you're. I listen. You've been in this game longer than I have,
Yeah.
so I understand why you're doing this. You're just looking at me like I'm naive, but I'm just trying to like.
This is like
I'm trying to motivate you. To,
I'll
like,
describe this. I'll describe this. This is Carolina having an 8-point lead in Cameron. You know what I mean? You go to halftime and you're up 8, and everyone's like, "Man, Carolina, you guys are playing great tonight." And every Carolina fan's like, "We're basically down 10." You know what I mean? Like you wait till you see the second half. Wait till they turn the heat up in this place. And
I know,
and they're in the bonus by the under 16 timeout.
I know.
That's what you're dealing with.
I know, dude. I know. I know.
And that's
but
what
like,
Arkansas just.
What other
that's
choice?
why we can't pile on Arkansas, because I know you just dealt with that beast. I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
But
to
I know.
knock
But
off.
what other choice do we have than to believe, to have
No.
hope, to believe in love?
Yeah. No.
Caleb.
Yeah.
To
Do you want to hear something?
to believe in.
Rebellions were built on hope. Okay. And this is our chance.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
is our moment.
The
Sith is reigning.
We can't.
The Sith is leading us. Someone call the Senate.
We can't. We cannot let this happen.
We can't let it happen. I need a Yoda. I need Steve Lavin to be Yoda. I need him here, like whispering in my ear what to look out for.
Paolo, you want to be a legend? Opt out.
Opt out. Yeah. Fact.
You want to be beloved by everybody.
Not even that. Do you want to be famous or notorious? Because
Great
a lot
point.
of people are famous. Not a lot of people are notorious. If you opt out, you're notorious forever.
Great point. Great point.
Everyone's talking.
LeBron James never won a college championship. That never hampered him in his career.
No.
So
And guess what? Guess who did win a college championship? Carmelo Anthony, and that did hamper his career.
Michael Jordan, who's not as good as LeBron James. that hurt him. You know. He also won a college championship.
I think that's also what Coach K said tonight when they won. He said, and also, I just want to shout out LeBron James, obviously the GOAT, just like me. Just shut up! Shut up! We got to get his voice together for the Final Four, by the way.
Yeah, dude, the Coach K impression.
It's like the Cookie Monster. Like, yeah, well, come on, let's get it together.
Thanks, Tracy.
Yeah. And they're like more they're like more interviews.
Yeah.
Let's get more with this guy. Yeah, look at that charisma.
The guy that would never do interviews ever. It's like you can't do enough interviews. Sheen Holloway's doing interviews and Kay's like sliding and boxing them out.
Are you worried that Shire is worried? Are you worried that Shire is like sitting over there and he was like, I thought I would be like, like Kendall Roy. He thought he would be more forward facing. He thought his dad would tell everybody that he's going to be taking over the company. It feels like Coach K is making sure that the company is his, you know what I mean? And like, there's a chance to me, if North Carolina beats St. Peter's, which is a big if they do that and then play Duke, if things didn't go right for Coach K, I'd be hard pressed to find the reality that he's actually going to leave the game. I think he stays.
If what happens?
If Carolina plays Duke I think he stays.
You think he's staying?
Facts.
Okay, I was going to ask you
100%
that exact thing.
No,
is there a scenario that Coach K comes back, or is the Final Four?
That's what I mean about Shire. I can see it in his eyes. He's like, I thought this was going to be a lot more of a, I'm passing the torch to you. And instead, this is more of a Michael Jordan situation, which is like, I ain't passing no damn torch. I'm better than you. Everyone's like, what? I thought you were going to pass the torch.
I mean, listen, this is, as I said, this is great for business.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But
yeah.
But you got to, you need the heroes and the villains.
Mm-hmm.
But the heroes have to win.
No, I mean, let me just tell you,
it's not a great,
the good guys don't always win, kids. And that is something that I learned about the age of 8 watching this guy. I mean, you know what I mean?
What are the lessons?
When you see this guy get away with what he gets away with, let me just tell you, you don't believe in good guys anymore. You're like, we're going to need something better than this good guy over here. You know what I mean?
What are the
Harvey Dent's not going to stop this. You know what I mean? We need the Dark Knight. I'm telling you, man. We need everybody. You're right. All hands on deck. I mean, Kansas, start watching
but the
tape.
Heroes,
Miami, start watching tape. Villanova, crank the tape. Pull up the tape on tape.
Bring the forces together. Figure out a way.
The Avengers.
This is Avengers.
This is Thanos.
This is Thanos.
I don't know all those references in that movie, but
I
get
saw
them all
it
together.
Once. I fell asleep halfway through, woke back
All
up,
I know is
saw the
this.
snap.
All I know is this.
I've seen the memes.
I've seen Kay do the same thing, by the way.
Yeah.
I've seen him do that.
Get the Avengers together. And take down the Death Star. Is that correct? Is that how?
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is Death Star 2. The
Joker is out of control, and we need to get the Avengers together to take down this Death Star of
Nolan
Joker
Smith is Joker. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
Can we talk about Villanova? Can we?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Let's move on. Let's move on. But just that's like people are watching this. I know that people are watching this, and there are probably some people that are laughing or just like that was kind of funny how Titus pretended to be like. I just want to be clear. Like this isn't a joke. That's what I want everyone to understand. This isn't a joke anymore. This has to be stopped.
Yeah.
We cannot allow Duke to win the national championship. And as long as everyone at home watching, as long as you go to bed tonight and you say to yourself, "What can I do?" Ask not what
college basketball can do for you, but ask what you can do for college basketball.
Ask what you can do tonight when your head hits the pillow, when you wake up tomorrow, what you can do to stop Coach K, and do it.
Yeah.
Do it. We're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to do it. That's all I'm saying, because this is serious. The time for games is over. This is serious business. Lock in, tighten up.
Yeah.
Let's get this done together.
I need a
Avengers.
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Captain Planet,
I need
Rings,
a group
whatever
text
it is
that comes out. I need like Jay Wright, Bill Self, Jim Larinaga, Shaheen Holloway, Hubert Davis, Roy Williams, Larry Brown, Rick Pitino, all in a group chat, and they're just sending clips. They're like, look at this horns action. They're actually doing nothing out of this action. Here. You know what I mean? And I need them all in a text, and they get it together. Or they build out a great game plan.
It's just all of them sending the gif of Cam Newton on the side of them where he's just like, all right.
Yeah, I got a lot of those tonight. I got a lot of those. Like that's what the Carolina is doing tonight. Not quite. Not quite. Maybe.
Let's talk about Villanova. Let's talk about the best coach in college basketball, Jay Wright, who is back in the Final Four. Who was on some. I had. Is it the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, that had the even year bullshit, or they odd?
Yeah, they were even year. Yeah, 2014, 16.
That's what baseball people call it.
Madison Bumgarner.
I think we're on some even year bullshit with Villanova.
Yeah.
Are we not?
2016,
2018, no tournament in 2020.
Could have been that.
Very strong argument. Maybe Villanova wins the tournament in 2020 if it exists. Back in 2022, Villanova's back in the Final Four. Beats Houston in a game that we had circled as the game of the day, not from a storyline perspective, but from the way these two teams play. And
it's hard to read. I mean, a lot of people had Houston as Andy Katz.
They were the betting favorite, right?
Yeah,
to win the whole national title, at this point in the tournament. Villanova was just.
And every single person, by the way, that was talking about them being the betting favorite or whatever, they all pointed to their margin of victory as to why. And Carolina had the largest margin of victory. Houston was number 2. I'm not even kidding. It was amazing.
Houston goes 1 for 20 from the 3-point line, which is not going to get it done.
Houston, we have a problem. Learn how to shoot threes.
I like it.
I mean, my goodness.
Have to make shots.
As a city,
dude.
As a
the
city.
Rockets.
Yeah, I know that none of those Rockets play on the. I guess Eric Gordon does, but learn to make some threes. I mean, that was really the difference in the game. And Villanova just kind of willed their way to a win here. I mean, this is the story of this team. They're not going to wow you. They're not going to, overwhelm you with their talent. They're just going to play clinical basketball. They're going to make you make mistakes, and they're going to survive and advance. Like the definition of it. And Colin Gillespie got hurt last year. It was the whole thing about his leg. He gets the extra year because of COVID, and he makes the Final Four. So
it's a great story.
It's a great story. Yeah.
Villanova, you said it. They don't make mistakes. They make free throws. They going up against Houston, a Houston team that
struggles to score.
Gets the way they score is they throw up bricks, get the offensive rebounds, put them back in.
Yeah.
Villanova being disciplined. I don't know how many offensive rebounds they gave. I know it was like 10, 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah.
It's just, probably more than they wanted to, but Houston was not getting a ton of offensive rebounds out of the gate. Villanova was moving the ball. This is my test for Villanova. As I've said all season, I've gone back and forth. I've hated watching this team. I've not hated so much. I've liked them. They've been more fun to watch in the NCAA tournament. When they pass the ball, they're a ton of fun. It feels like Villanova basketball.
Yeah.
I really wanted to sit here with a buzzer and a ding, like what would you call it? A bell, I guess.
Yeah, bell.
And just every time Villanova has the ball, I can just like buzz. I can be or be happy because you can just like watch a possession unwinding and you can feel whether or not it's Villanova basketball. And when Villanova plays Villanova basketball, I get excited. When they do the back down bullshit, the back down big butt bullshit, don't like that. No, I hate that. Get it out of here.
Unfortunately, that's Justin Moore got hurt on doing like an isolation.
Dude, dribbled 400,000 times before he got hurt. Which is not why he got hurt, but like that's the exact type of play that like I hate watching Villanova. But to start this game, what the point of bringing this back up is Houston plays great defense, and that ball was humming, and they're driving into gaps, and they're kicking, and you're like, this is of course Villanova. You got these experienced guards, you got these dudes that understand the assignment.
Oh my god! How many times have we seen that this tournament?
So many guys.
How many assignments were given out?
And
Who is the teacher?
And when that's going on, when Villanova's playing that way, and it's not Colin Gillespie and Justin Moore and Daniels trying to back dude down and make one-on-one plays in the post, they are so fun to watch. They're so fun to watch.
And Jermaine Samuels might be their best player in the tournament. Which if you're a Villanova fan, me saying that, you're almost laughing. You're like, what are you talking about? But he really has been so great for this team. Gets a double-double today. He's been a nice. They need someone to get in the paint, touch the paint, as the coaches say. He's been one of those guys that's been able to do that. And honestly, it hasn't been the stars that have led Villanova to this point. It's been the other guys.
Right.
And Jermaine's pretty much
out of the gate, I don't know if Justin Moore you would call him. I mean, he's probably been their second best player all season. I don't know if is at this point. Certainly not without his right Achilles.
Yeah.
So he's probably not the second best player anymore. But those are the two biggest names on Villanova, is Colin Gillespie and Justin Moore. And to start this game, they were MIA.
Yeah,
because Houston
was Daniels.
They had
No,
Villanova. When Villanova plays that way, they're a ton of fun. They're very deserving to be in the Final Four. The question moving forward, Tate, is the team is not very deep, and now Justin Moore is almost surely not going to play. For the rest of the season, and maybe for next season. And I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but
it didn't look good.
I don't want to speculate, but I think he tore his Achilles.
It looked like a pop, but it's one of those things.
Not to speculate, but
that's what everyone's doing. Villanova just. I mean, this team, when they talked about what their goals of the season, and I saw Colin Gillespie do his little, package video today. He was just like, our goal is to get to the Final Four. Check. You know what I mean? Like it would be great if Villanova could figure out a way to win a national championship that would show the toughness and the moxie of this group. But even going into this game, Jay Wright was like, we got guys that are tired. We got guys that are a little bit beaten up. They asked him if Gillespie was 100%. He said, Colin will lie to me and tell me he's 100%, so I have no idea what he actually is.
Gillespie's not even, so against Michigan, he had to.
Exactly. So, like, you're dealing with a team that is, like, just trying to survive, for lack of a better term, and they get to the Final Four. They check that box. They show that they are this elite blue blood level program, and Jay Wright is the best coach in basketball. So job is done. Like, objective completed for Villanova. Everything here is gravy from this point. And if you don't have Justin Moore, you kind of know that you're playing a little bit left-handed.
Yeah.
It's a great story, though. I mean, we saw him at the Big East tournament. This is a really good basketball team. And they refuse to lose.
We can't let Duke win the national championship.
I know. Villanova is not. I mean, Villanova, if they beat Duke, that would literally just be because they wanted it more and played a better game. But they do not have the talent or the horses right now to beat Duke. I don't think many teams do, to be honest with you. I mean, Kansas is
it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Kansas is the only team that I would feel confident.
And
not even that confident, but you know what I mean?
Say.
Like, Kansas is the only team that might be favored.
And the reason why is, I mean, weirdly, because of Remy Martin, because I think Kansas could have Remy Martin has an outlier game where he has 20-some points, and Ochai does a good job on Powell. You know what I mean? Like, you can talk yourself into Kansas. North Carolina, we've seen them beat Duke. We've also seen Duke blow them out by 30, so you can see both sides of the equation there. Kansas is really the team.
All right, let's look forward to tomorrow. Carolina, St. Peter's. Where's your head at? I get a sense that you are. I wouldn't say nervous. I'm not going to say nervous.
Yeah.
But I'm screaming about St. Peter's, and please lose. You guys suck.
As you were saying, throw the game.
Throw the game.
Oh God, no.
I could sense that you were like, please stop talking.
Yeah, no, not like that. It's just, my belief inherently is that North Carolina has played against a zone.
Jim we got the matchup tomorrow. Jim just threw up on the screen. St. Peter's, fun fact, chose the nickname Peacocks because it's, quote, symbolic of the resurrection of the Catholic tradition. North Carolina's, fun fact, selected as Handicats Team of the Week.
Still not updated.
I love that.
With no week. Still no week for Handicats Team of the Week. Thank you, Jim. You're doing the Lord's work over there.
Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, the real person doing this work. You asked me about this North Carolina team. We know how to beat a zone. We play against Jim Boeheim in the ACC. I think St. Peter's has thrown this matchup zone at every other team, Kentucky, Purdue, Murray State, and every single team has looked shell-shocked by it. And one, that's credit to St. Peter's, and two, it's also they don't see a lot of matchup zones in their conferences, and Jim Boeheim plays in the ACC. So I think Carolina has the added advantage of that they've seen a zone. They know how to handle a zone. They're not going to panic. They're not going to freak out.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel better, but the toughness is always the question with this Carolina team. St. Peter's is a very tough team. They're going to try to get in their grill. They're obviously going to get, look, they're the Cinderella team, so they're going to have a little bit of leeway with the physicality that they're able to get away with. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think Carolina can beat his zone, though. I think that's really the crux of the game.
If St. Peter's wins this game,
if St. Peter's wins this game, then there was one divine intervention, and also the basketball gods do not want Carolina to play Duke because it honestly might be the end of the world.
If St. Peter's wins this game, dude, I already did my rant. I can't do the rant again. I just want to.
But think about
we cannot allow this to happen.
When St. Peter's was playing Murray State, I was thinking that in my head. You know what I mean? Like I really was. I was like, "There's no way St. Peter's is going to beat the team with the most wins in the country. That it seems like a juggernaut." Also, their coach was interviewing for jobs, so I can understand that there's maybe some questions there. Purdue is the same thing, though. You get there, you're like, "How can they ever match this size with Edie and Travion?"
No. I'm not saying. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. Not you, but everyone else listening.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying that St. Peter's can't hang with Carolina. Of course, like I'm not that stupid. I've seen what St.
We have the data. Yeah.
Duh. I'm not going to be. If St. Peter's does win, I'm not going to be surprised. What I am going to be is outraged because
me too.
we just simply cannot allow this to happen.
Exactly.
As a community,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's that simple. And unfortunately, like life is not all rainbows and puppies and what are some of the few of their favorite things.
Coach K.
It's not always that. Sometimes in life things are unfair, and sometimes you just have to see the bigger picture and take a dive. And this is one of those times. That's all I'm saying. It's like it's just that simple.
My pitch to Coach K.
Be an adult and fall on the sword. Yeah. That's it.
My pitch to Coach K. Do you want to be remembered for beating, St. Peter's and Miami to win a championship, or do you want to be remembered for beating Carolina and Kansas?
If St. Peter's beats North Carolina, Coach K is ducking North Carolina. I agree, because Coach K has the power
to decide.
Stop this.
Yeah,
he
could step in here.
He could step in.
He called in tonight and says St. Peter's to win this game, and everyone's like, "We got it, Coach. Love you to death. Honestly, did you get my present?" He's already hung up at that point. But
if St. Peter's wins, it illustrates how much of a coward Coach K is. I think I
didn't say it. Clip that out. Tweet that.
Any other thought? Do you have Kansas Miami thoughts?
I'm going to be interested in this game because I think Miami is, in the world of Carolina being a bit overlooked, I think Miami is being egregiously overlooked. It's almost disrespectful.
Miami's not good enough and to have us talk about like the blue blood Final Four potential. So we're not we're not circling Miami.
But they're a 10 seed. I always want to circle the fact that they're a 10 seed. But they're also a Cinderella.
But I was going to say they're also not a good enough Cinderella story to supersede St. Peter's. So they're just stuck in this middle ground where it's like, let's throw them on True TV and
let's hope Kansas win.
It would surprise me if this game tomorrow's on True TV. They just straight up.
I mean,
for God's sakes, Carolina St. Peter's. We have a situation where the 8 seed is playing the 15 seed to go to the Final Four, and that game is the marquee game of the day. That game got the second, and the 1 seed is playing to go to the Final Four, and that game is the JV game that they're going to play first.
Yeah, Kansas. As I talk about Miami's disrespect, Kansas as a 1 seed, I feel like every single rankings or whatever I see, Kansas is kind of like 3 or 4 or whatever. I think that Kansas should be the favorite at this point.
There were people when the bracket came out picking Kansas to lose in the Sweet 16 to Iowa. Don't laugh. I saw it. People were doing it. It's crazy. The disrespect.
Is crazy. I can't believe someone would do that.
Can you believe that North Carolina is an 8 seed? Can you believe that if I would have told you at the start of this tournament that North Carolina would be playing in the Elite 8, first of all, you'd fall out of your chair. Secondly, that they would be wearing their white jerseys.
I know. That they'd be the home team. You're like, what? Wait, what? What happened? Because you would assume if you look at it, I mean, the only
COVID? Was it the
only thing I would think, if you told me that, the only thing I would think is that San Francisco made it to the Elite 8.
Dude, maybe that's how St. Peter's.
I
got it. Shaheen, by the way, I noticed St. Peter's is still wearing a lot of masks and very COVID conscious basketball team. Maybe that's the way they take the dive, is they opt out because of COVID. They have too many. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then they're like it's sort of a good way to. Yeah, a what if?
If Doug had played in this game, they win.
The people that are rallying behind the St. Peter's run, like they respect that there's some things are bigger than college basketball and March Madness, and that's what a true leader does. Like that's the way everybody wins. That's the way everybody wins, Shaheen. So I solved it for you, and then you can go take the Seton Hall job, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
Do it.
Michelle Obama puts out a video like congratulating Shaheen Holloway for his courage. That's what I would like to see. That'd be great.
Who says no?
Who says no?
All right, that'll do it. Congratulations to Duke on winning the national championship. It's a formality now. They're just gonna.
Yeah, it really. I mean, I can't believe that he actually did it. This is really crazy. Like, this is there was like when Tiger Woods won the Masters, this last time in 2018, 2019, whatever it was. It felt surreal, but it also was a joyous moment. This feels the opposite of that. You know what I mean? It's the same surreal feeling that I have where I can't believe I'm here, but my stomach is just a pit of despair.
I think the hardest part for me is I do not know how I'm going to tell my kids about this.
Exactly.
I just simply don't.
What lesson is there?
I don't know how I can look them in the eye tonight and tell them that Coach K is in his 13th Final Four. I don't know. And they'll say, Daddy, I thought the world was just. And I'll say, kids, you don't even exist. How high am I right now?
we put the parental controls of my nieces. They can't even watch that region. It's blocked on TV. You can't see it.
We will be back tomorrow night as North Carolina. I mean, the games are earlier, right? The games are 11 our time.
It's early afternoon.
And then 2, I believe, on the West Coast. That would be 5 if my math is correct. So a little earlier post game recap.
That also has me worried, by the way. Okay.
What?
Just
no, dude, not to be worried. Like Shaheen Holloway, he's gonna take a dive. Carolina moves on to the Final Four. It's great for business. It's great for the story. Carolina is going to beat Duke. Carolina might win a national title, dude. And that's great. That's great for business and for college basketball as a whole. It's great for everybody.
If Hubert Davis wins a national championship in his first year, I'm gonna need a lot of people to write some apology letters, and I have the list. You know what I mean? I'm secure enough right now where I haven't started collecting on those letters, but if that happens, I'm coming to collect.
I want to apologize to anybody that I kind of got carried away there as I was ranting. So I don't really know who I insulted. I don't know. I don't apologize to Coach K. Anybody else that caught a stray bullet in my
Duke played a great game of basketball. The actual kids on the floor. AJ Griffin played a great game. Mark Williams played a great game.
But I just wanted
kids. Great game, kids.
No, I wasn't even talking about the kids.
Shut up.
I wasn't even talking about the kids. I was talking about just
people.
I don't know. I went in on Arkansas there for a little bit. I don't know. Chris Spatola, I think, caught a stray there.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Chris. I just got a little heated, so
But you said it. You adopted Carolina yesterday, and now the hate is flowing through you. You know what I mean? You see this, and it's getting a rise out of you, which is good.
No, dude.
To be a part of the resistance, you need a rise. You know what I mean? And you have the rise, my young son. Young Padawan.
Duke fans, Villanova fans, come Villanova fans, you're invited to the show. Go buy tickets to our live show at Nopsey Hotel Thursday at the Final Four. We'll see you there. Duke fans, wait in the back alley. We'll fight you after the show.
Yeah.
You're not invited.
You're not invited.
You can't come.
They're priceless. The tickets are priceless.
See you guys tomorrow.